Hello again. Thank you for joining me on my channel. My name's David Charles, International Psychic and White Witch, and today we're going to do a short reading for you entitled, Should I Stay in This Romance? Should you stay in this romance or this relationship? After that we're going to do stage 10 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course, which will include learning today the 10 of Wands. So without further ado, we'll get on with this. We're going to do a short reading and it's called, as I said, Should I Stay in This Romance? So if you want to know, stick with me and I'll be back with you in a few seconds. Welcome back. So what we're going to do now is shuffle these cards into 4 stacks. And I'd like you to pick one of the stacks when we've done this. So give me a quick shot. I've been shuffling them for a while, so they're well shuffled. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are old cards, and thousands of readings with these cards for people from all over the world. So they're a bit sticky. Okay, right. I'm sure you've been with me before or seen this done by other people. This is what we call a timeless reading, which means there's no dates. So you're meant to find it now. And it will apply to most of you, not all of you, but you're choosing the cards, so it doesn't matter if you find it now or in 10 years. So you've got 1, 2, 3 or 4. What number would you like? Think of it. Think about your favourite number, or one that looks nice or one that just catches your eye. If you want to pause the video, please do so. So we're going to start off with, for you, if you chose number 1, that's these here. Put them up there a bit. Should you stay in this romance? Or should you stay in one that's about to happen? Well, the good news is there's nothing saying that you shouldn't stay in the romance. What you have here is shared emotions, and I believe that both of you share the same kind of feelings, because often in relationships, romances, one person will love or feel emotion more than the other one, so you get a kind of an imbalance. That happens in a high percentage of romances, as you probably know from past experience. A lot of you, of course, will be used to this kind of thing because you've been hurt before. Some of you will have been hurt severely before. But as it stands now, I think that you're both evenly sharing the feelings. You both may have your doubts, and you will, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video probably. But this could be a romance that's about to start, so it may not be one that you're already in. But if you're already in one, chances are it's even Stevens. And but you both feel now as if something is missing. And maybe it's love that's missing. There's not a lot of love in the reading, but that doesn't mean it won't come. Doesn't mean you should jump out and go off and give it all up, because I think you would regret it. So what it tells me from the spirit world, the messages for you, number 1, is to stick with it really. Give it at least a couple of 3 months to see how it goes. If of course there's another lady or man involved, then you've got a different problem. I don't believe there is in most of your cases, but there will be in some of them. So when you're looking for something that's not there and you feel something's missing, it may be because of that. There may be maybe no one involved now, but it could be an ex, someone's ex-wife or ex-husband. Or it could be that they still have feelings there as well. It may be that they've been divorced or even bereaved, and they're looking at you and trying not to make comparisons. Because if you lose someone, you can't really help comparing new people with that in a lot of cases, not in every case. But it appears to me that you're both giving an even amount of feeling to this, not necessarily passion or true love yet. Or it may be that you had true love and it's faded just a little bit. But there is an even amount of feeling in this romance, which is unusual, slightly. I do feel that you think something's missing, but I do also feel that one of you is quite psychic, and I believe it's you, number 1. I think you have psychic ability. Everyone has a bit of psychic ability, and everyone's capable of learning more through the tarot courses, this course particularly. So it appears that you're a person of beauty, man or woman, doesn't matter. You have beauty inside. You have beauty inside and outside. I believe, number one, that you are a very caring person. I think a lot of you will be very caring, spiritual, very much into this stuff and witchcraft and that kind of thing, mediumship. And I think that your interest will grow stronger. And that could be one of the reasons why you feel something is missing in the relationship. Maybe you're searching for something that you shouldn't be searching for. I believe that you're solid. I believe that most of you, number one, are animal lovers, and if not, then it's your partner. One of you is very keen on animals, animal charities perhaps, maybe even having pets around the house. There'll be one favourite pet, cat or dog usually, but I think it may be one. You may have dozens of pets, but I think one will really be one that you've stuck with from when it was a baby, or it's one of your favourites. Not supposed to have favourites, but you can't help it with animals. So I believe that there's nothing to say you shouldn't stay in this romance. I think you need patience. I think if you let things trickle along, don't force things, don't look for things that are not there, don't look for problems that are not there either, number one, because you can sometimes do that. It feels that something's missing when really you have the world at your feet. You need to think about that. Think about your spirituality. Learn the course. I hope you're taking notice of that. We'll be doing stage 10 in a few minutes. And I think that you're a person that will get what you want. You'll get what you're looking for. You know how to get what you want, and you'll get it. If it's not you, then it's your partner. It's the other part of the relationship. One of you is very willful. Loyal, trustworthy, true, but willful. One of you, in a lot of cases, number one, will have children, maybe grown children, but there will be children in at least one of your relationships, either you or him or her. So there's more to consider than usual. Mind you, I shouldn't say that because a lot of people have children. A lot of romances start when they're older these days. But there's nothing here to say get rid of it, get out of it, jump out, run away. And if there was, I really would tell you. If you need a full-length reading, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and you can book me on there, or one of my elite team. I've got a smashing, lovely team of readers that work for me. We do readings for people all over the world. But if you want a more in-depth reading, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. But thank you for looking at that number one with me. And we'll move on to number two. If you chose number two, this one is for you. Should you stay in the romance? There may be some difficulties regarding distance. I think some of you, number two, will be apart from each other quite a lot. I think one of you lives a long way away, or one of you travels a lot. I'm not sure which one of you it is, but one of you, if you're not doing it now, then you're going to. And I am looking 3 or 4 months ahead here. I think that one of you, number two, is a bit of a dreamer. And again, same as last number one of you is quite psychic. But I think in your case, your psychic messages come through when you're sleeping. So if it's you and not your partner, it's one of you, keep a pen and paper by the bed, write down your dreams, keep a log of them. I always say that 7 or 8 out of 10 dreams will be psychological, but 2 or 3 will be psychic. And psychic dreams are often repeated. And if the spirits repeat dreams, if they're repetitive, then the spirits are trying to tell you something and you're not getting it, so they keep repeating it till you do. So number two, if it's not you, it could be the other half of this romance, but one of you is a dreamer and one of you is spiritual, psychic, and very influenced by your dreams, because some people really are. But you can also be a bit of a dreamer in real life, a daydreamer. You may dream of things like winning the lottery or owning a yacht, but or a Rolls Royce or something. But they are dreams, nothing wrong with dreaming, but don't expect that will happen in any time in a hurry. Now then, you are both guided by an older person. It could be on your side or it could be on his or her side. One of you is heavily influenced by an older person who I often pick up is interfering, but not in this case. I think this older person is a bit of an anchor for you both. You may both go to him or her for advice. It's someone older, like an old uncle or an old relative or an old neighbour that you're close to, who you can talk to, who's quite mature. I shouldn't say old, but they're not teenagers. It's someone who's quite mature and very, very respected. This could be someone you get advice from. It could actually be your partner, but I think it's a man. So work that out for yourself. But I think a man around you is good to talk to when you're lonely, good to talk to when you're fed up. There's no indication again that you should run away from this romance. However, I do believe that the love could be stronger from both sides. So I don't see deceit. I do not see that you're being two-timed. It can be there without being in these readings, but I don't pick up that you've any reason to be fearful of that. I think one of you is distant or travels a lot, and the distance may be a bit of a thorn in this relationship. It could cause trouble if you allow it to. I believe that one of you is very strong, determined, and I think it's you, number two. I think you're a strong character. If you get hurt, you can take it. You've been hurt by females and men in the past, by friends and relatives, so you're used to that. But I think you have inner strength, and I think you're capable of dealing with this distance problem, because it is a problem in a lot of your cases. As I said before, this won't apply to everybody, but a lot of you, number two, it will be you. You're a dreamer, you're a psychic, you could do well with the tarot course, you could make a good career out of this. So learn the course right here, tonight, or today. It's night time here, of course. I think you're getting advice from an older person, almost certainly a male, older as in mature. I shouldn't keep saying older. They're mature, they're experienced, they're a man of the world or a woman of the world. I think the world is your oyster. Again, you can have anything you want, but you may have to put up with travel, where your partner or you is travelling around a lot, and it can cause irritation in this romance or this relationship. But apart from that, number two, I don't think you should leave this romance at all. And if, as I said before, to number one, if I did, I would tell you. Let's take a look at number three, and a special hello to you if you're alone. I always say that because I mean it. If you're lonely, you can always come and watch my videos. But I do think about you if you're lonely, because it's not a good place to be in, as they say. Right. Number three. Wow. Some of you are linked to property. Maybe you're a estate agent, or you're moving or buying a house. Some of you may buy and sell property. Some of you may be moving. Property is very big in this reading. So you may be moving in with each other, or you may be thinking about it. However, a lot of you feel trapped, and you haven't done it yet. You feel stuck. You're not stuck. It's a feeling that's not real. A lot of you, number three, are ignoring something. There is a problem with this romance. I can't be sure what it is. I don't think it's deceit or another person. I don't think you're in a triangle. But I do believe that you're waiting for something to happen. You're patiently waiting. I don't know exactly what that is, but you're waiting. You're playing the waiting game. You're quite okay. I think the pair of you will be okay financially, so that doesn't seem to be a problem. Distance doesn't seem to be a problem like it was with number two, but property is good. If you're moving in together, then go ahead and do it if you're thinking about it. Think about it, as I said, but go ahead and do it if it's feasible. Because moving in together is predicted to bring great happiness. It could be that you're both moving to separate properties, but movement, anything to do with movement or property for you, number three, is very positive. I can promise you that. I think there's reason for you to be very cheerful. There could be a marriage here, or you may be moving in together and living as married. There will be some kind of party, a bit of a knees up, a few drinks going round. There will be men and women at this party. There will be a hen party, I believe, as well. I'm not sure about a stag party, but I think if you wait around too long, you may find that your other half gets impatient. So don't leave it too long. Don't let things go stale or stagnant. But I believe that you are ignoring something. I don't know what it is, number three. You're putting something off. Maybe not now, but in the weeks ahead. I'm looking 2 or 3 months here, really. But I think in the end, if you move together or move out of the old houses where you were or places and join together, there will be happiness, pretty much a certainty. Stop waiting for things. Try to make them happen if you can. Think about it. If you can make it happen quicker, do so. There will be reasons for celebrations. There will be reasons to be cheerful. Everybody will be happy for you. Sometimes in these readings you get jealousy, people wishing they had what you had. There's not a lot of that going on. I think the spirit world are happy with you two. The romance or relationship you're in, I think the spirit world are quite happy with it. So they probably arranged it. That's another thing. If you meet someone on a dating site or on Facebook or something, you're not going to meet the one that the spirit world want you to meet. So you shouldn't be doing dating sites, any of you. That's my opinion. Because the spirit world would choose your partner carefully, maybe a long time ahead. And if you go and mess it up by going on these lonely hearts clubs and things, you could mess it up and go the wrong way for years and spoil it. So meet your lovers through natural means if you can. You can meet them down the village shop or the post office. You can meet them at work, but don't meet them on dating sites. So, reason to be cheerful. Number 3, happiness, movement, closeness. There's no reason for you to split up at all. And I think if you stop ignoring things, if there are problems with the romance or the relationship, deal with them. Don't keep putting them off. And then there will be a party, a celebration. I think it could be a wedding. And I think it could be soon. I think 1 or 2 of you may have planned this wedding before and delayed it, but I think it will go ahead eventually. That's number 3. Thank you for listening to that. Don't forget we're doing stage 10 of the tarot course in a few minutes, after we've looked at number 4. If you chose number 4, thank you for being patient. I hope you ran it on. You don't want to listen to everyone else's things, but they don't go on for long. These are only short readings, really. Now, number 4, you may have a problem. Because as you see by this, 3 of Hearts, there could be a triangle. There could be 3, not saying there is, but there could be a triangle for you to deal with. That can be another woman or another man. It can be mother-in-law. It can be religious problems where someone doesn't like you because of your religion. It could be, as I said, another man or another woman. So there could be some deceit going on ahead of you. And it could be, it could be going on right now. So make sure you've got all the facts. And if there's another woman, like an ex-wife or an ex-husband, you need to be aware of it because they could be still featuring in the background without your knowledge. Sometimes you know about it, you've got to take the kids there or share custody and all that kind of thing. But you do seem to be, number 4, in or heading into a triangle. So try not to. I think one of you, number 4, is linked to money. You could work in a bank. You could be quite wealthy. It could be him or her, or it could be you. Somebody, one of you in this romance or this relationship has links to finance. One of you is smart, clean, respected, successful. Not in every case, as you know, they won't apply to everyone, these readings. But richness can come inside as well. It doesn't always mean money. So one of you is rich. I believe that you're going on a journey. I don't believe you should give up this romance, even if there is a third party. I really don't. I think you need to take a chance. If you don't trust the other half, have faith and trust him or her. I think as long as you think it over carefully, don't go rushing in too soon without thinking it over. I think eventually you'll decide to go ahead, to trust the person, to trust that they can deal with any third party. Of course, it could be you that's doing the third party business. You may be seeing 2 people at once, being a bit naughty. If you are, then you need to stop it. Because the main romance, the one I'm picking up here, is the one you're thinking of when you watch this reading. There's always one that stands out more than the other. Some people see 6 or 7 people at once, but they're a bit bad. And I think if you're seeing 2 people at once, you need to make a choice, and you need to do it soon. Go with your intuition, go with what feels right, as you did when you chose number 4, and you'll be okay. Take a leap of faith. That's depicted by the Fool, but you're no fool. The Fool does things without thinking over, but he has a quick go. He's on the edge of a mountain, as you see, ready to jump off. So you're not the fool, but it can mean that you do things without thinking them through. So think things through, have a go, give this person the benefit of the doubt, and if you're seeing two people at once, let's hope he or she gives you the benefit of the doubt. There's no reason to pack up this romance, even though this triangle does exist in a lot of cases, but as you may know by looking at these cards, there's a lot of stress around, and stress is predicted, so you're not over the stress thing yet. Of course, if you're in a three-way romance, it would be stressful, wouldn't it? And now that you know about it, or the possibility of it, it's not a certainty, it won't apply to all of you, but if you're in a three-way romance, you need to sort it out. You've got to make sure there's only two of you, and if his mother or her mother is causing trouble, tell them to keep out of it, or tell your partner to get them to keep out of it. It can be in-laws, it can be friends down the pub causing trouble. It can be friends at the gym causing trouble. Somebody stirring it up. It could be a woman that's jealous. It could be a man that's jealous. But somebody, not necessarily a betrayal or a new lover or a hidden lover, it can be someone just causing trouble in the background. A third party may be stirring things up for you, number 4. So be aware of it. If it's not happening, watch out that it doesn't. I think one of you is quite rich inside. It could be money, but it could be richness within. So that's good. It's happiness. There's nothing missing here. I don't see that you're soulmates. I do not see you riding off into the sunset on a white horse. However, that's quite rare as well. Soulmates are quite rare. As I often say, your soulmate can be your sister or your brother. It's not always a romantic thing. Everyone thinks they're with their soulmate, and very few people are. Eventually they may be, but never usually when they think they are. So number 4, you've got some good stuff here. As long as you don't let people spoil things, stay with this romance. That's my advice. And thank you for watching. So if you would like to subscribe, please do so. And then if you click the bell icon somewhere around here, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And that's quite regular because we're on stage 10 of the tarot course, diploma standard course, designed by Leslie, the girl behind me, and myself over 20 years ago, to diploma standard. So it's an intense course. I can't tell you everything on a video, but it will be printed out at a later date for you to download the whole lot. And it's going to be quite intense. But in a few moments, we're doing stage 10, which is the 10 of Wands. Okay? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and stick with me for a few seconds. And we'll go on to stage 10, the 10 of Wands, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay. Welcome back. And now we're going to do stage 10 of the Old England Tarot School course. And the 10 of Wands, right there in front of you. I'll use a few notes if you don't mind, otherwise I'll forget things. And the 10 of Wands means that you've got success at last. It's come your way with a bit of luck from Lady Luck, a bit of help from Lady Luck. Now, although success has come your way, if you're having this read to you or described to you, you may feel overburdened or oppressed. So if you're telling somebody during a reading when you've learnt this course, that's what the card means. As I always say, it means very little all on its own, but that's the general theme of this card. Overworked, overpressed. And it's time for this person to start delegating work to someone else because he or she is taking on too much. They need to look to the future and leave the problems in the past where they belong. They're dragging everything with them from the past. They need to make changes. They're making things much more difficult than they should be. They need to be cautious of duplicity. They need to be cautious of false people, falseness, deceit around them. They may be upstanding and honourable, but not everyone else is the same, and so they need to keep alert. It's not a good period for legal stuff or lawsuits because the outcome could prove very, very expensive, and they may be fighting against the odds. So there's a few things to remember about this card. The bloke on the chap on the card there is carrying so much wood he can't see where he's going. He can't see the wood for the trees. It's all symbolic. So they're so tightly knitted he can't see where he's going. He's blindfolded. And it's true of a lot of us today in this day and age. Of course, in this stressful world, we do overdo too much and we take on too much. You think the weekend's coming, you have a break. But when the weekend turns up, you still carry on doing it. And if it's not physical, it's in there. You can't unwind and let go. And this person needs to do that soon, because it's not good for him or her. So they're pushing themselves too hard. The days seem endless, with endless duties and tasks. You can get the theme of this card. It's overdoing it. They love their work, but it's all consuming, and they're too narrowly focused on one thing, and it's just work. They need to balance their life with other interests. Tell them to take up the tarot or something like that. It can mean that they're taking the lion's share of the work. They're always the one left holding the baby. They take on, it always seems to be, they say it's always on me, it's always my job. And rightly or wrongly, they need to pack it in or stop it, or if they feel it's right or wrong, they need to stop it. That's what the card is telling you from the spirit world. It means times may be tougher than usual. They may be going uphill, pushing water uphill, I always call it, with very little gain. Everything seems like a struggle. They need to lighten the load whenever they can. It's important. They don't have to do everything themselves. That's what you've got to convince them of if this turns up in a reading. Depending on what's next to it, of course, there'll be other cards. So the key words, really, for this card are burden, oppression, strife, being under pressure, having loads and heavy responsibilities. The end is in sight, but they need to leave, as I said, leave the past behind them where it belongs. They're making heavy weather of things, and they're bringing the past problems with them. If the card's reversed or upside down, which some psychics use, it means the same, only worse. It means that everything is pressure and strife. So they're trying to do too much. They're doing the lion's share. They're doing overtime. They're shouldering all the work and being saddled all the time with extra loads. They feel burdened, and it's time for them to relax. Otherwise, they'll be in trouble. Because stress is very bad for you, as you may know. So they've been taxed to the limit. They're always being held accountable. If anything goes wrong at work, they get the blame. They're taking on all the blame. They're left holding the bag, in other words. And they're fighting uphill and pushing against the current. If they're swimming, they'd be swimming against the current. So that means, that's part of what number 10 means on stage 10. There'll be a lot more of that when the course is written out for you, because you can't do it all on a video, obviously, not without taking hours. So when the course is over, there'll be sample spreads. I'm going to type it all out so you can download the whole thing. But as I always say, if you've got a set of cards, take the 10 of Wands to bed with you tonight and put him somewhere on the bedside table, somewhere where you can see him or her, whatever it is. It's a her, it's a he, I think. And concentrate on the card before you go to sleep. It'll help you learn it. Remember, the tarot cards will be a companion for you. People take them everywhere. It will change your life for the better. So please stick with the course. You can do witchcraft with tarot cards. You can help your friends. You can help strangers. Some people become so attached to the cards they fall in love with the cards. And you will fall in love with tarot, because it will change your life for the better. So thank you for watching me, and please subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload more videos, because the next one will be stage 11, and that will be the 11 of Wands. Very good card, very interesting. And again, a special thank you if you've been watching this all on your own or you're lonely. I'll be thinking about you. If you want me, it's davidcharlespsychic.com. You can book a reading there with one of my elite team of psychics. They're the best there is. Or you can book me on there from anywhere in the world, davidcharlespsychic.com. So I'll see you soon with number 11 and another little reading. And it's been nice talking to you. And I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.